the fear of jumping. And we're all still sort of shocked over the death of the crocodile hunter, yes. We didn't really get to finish talking about that yesterday, but, you know, how the whole nation of Australia, they want to give him a royal state funeral, and his father said he doesn't think that's what he would have wanted, that he was an ordinary guy, and he would have wanted an ordinary thing with
ordinary guys do not take on crocodiles.
That's true.
They do.
No.
Right.
But he did a lot because he was a huge conservationist. I mean, he just was really investigating the animals, too. I mean, his love for them was huge, and so I could see why they would want to honor him in doing so. I wonder what his family, does his wife want that?
Well, she hasn't spoken yet, but the father spoke, and...
he was very touching.
Yes, it really was, and the father was the one who got him involved in all this. You know, as a little 7-year-old boy, he wrestled his first crocodile. His dad taught him how to do it, and, you know, this man had a focus and a drive from an early age that's sort of hard to parallel.
Well, you know, I was watching some show that they said that 20% of the population have T-type personalities, which is thrill seekers. And that's what he was, you know, and some people just need that adrenaline because regular life is too boring for them.
But now there's a controversy.
There is, because they're saying that they may want to air the footage. Now, let me read a quote that he said.
Let me just tell you why they had the footage, because the photographer, the cameraman who was doing it, didn't realize what had happened.
It takes an eighth of a second. An eighth of a second for that thing to sting you in the where. And any other place in his body, he would have lived, because you can survive this, but it punctured his heart. When he pulled it out, it was a barbed cord at the end. So when he pulled it out, it created a bigger hole in his heart. But this is a quote that Steve Irwin said. "My #1 rule is to keep the camera rolling. Even if it's shaky or slightly out of focus, I don't give a rip. Even if a big old alligator is chewing me up, I want to go down and go, crikey, just before I die. That would be the ultimate for me." So that's what he said about his life and his dedication. What do you think about airing it?
I mean, people, I guess people want to see it, and people have a morbid curiosity. I just wonder about children seeing it. How would you feel about your kids?
Well, his children.
Yeah, I would not want my own children to see it. I'm sure probably that the mother would show the children, I actually think, because, you know, that little daughter, Bindi, she was actually hosting an animal show, and he was filming a segment for her show when he was killed. So she was the host of the kids' version of his program.
Kids see so many other things, though. Go
That's
to the
true.
movies.
But this is the hero.
It's hard enough for people. I mean, the families of 9/11 were having a hard enough time seeing a recreation of the death that occurred there. I mean, I would imagine that seeing the actual footage,
it's a
I don't know how they would be able
piece
to
of
deal with
footage.
that.
Don't go near the crocodiles. Look what happens.
Well, it's
when
stingrays.
you go into these type of situations.
No,
this guy was very...
He
wouldn't
not
say that.
But we learned so much from him doing that. I mean, when he started this, there were 2 other shows on the air doing this sort of thing. I mean, you learn now, I mean, Animal Planet, there are so many shows, probably close to 50
and we
doing
have
it.
some guys, the guys on today from Zaboomafoo, which is another great show for kids, all about animals, that teaches kids how to appreciate nature, which is really what he was about, to appreciate
he would go right
animals.
into the
Crab Brothers are
crocodile.
here.
I mean, a dog, a
Yeah, but
parrot,
most kids
that's
don't.
good.
But I think in the final analysis, it's up, in the final analysis, it's up to his widow, his family to decide. It's up to stations to decide if they want to show it, and it's up to parents to say, maybe this is not right for my child until it's. So, you know, there are a lot of
How
decisions.
about that footage of him holding his own baby when he was on top of that crocodile?
That was criticized too, but you have to remember we're in television, so we know about the angles. The camera was there, and from where the crocodile was, it looked like it was closer. I mean, I don't think he would ever harm his baby or think that he ever could.
He didn't mean to, but he didn't think a stingray was going to stab him either.
Well,
No,
you're
he
right,
didn't.
but the
But that's
baby
how he was
actually
brought
was
up.
okay, you know? And I don't know, I kind of felt like I understood it. I remember when Parker was a baby, I took him on a jet ski in Miami, and some paparazzi were like, "Rosie, risking your kid's life." Okay, I had
And they're
swimming.
all right.
Well, I don't know. He's all right. He's, you know, every
He
parent
made it.
has a different kind of level of what's okay. You know, Jackie, my best friend, gets crazy when I take my kids on the tube behind the boat in Florida, because I try to, like, throw them out of the tube, you know, while I'm, well, isn't that fun? You know, your mother spins around, you're like, ah, and you crash, you know.
Meanwhile, I don't like Grace out of the high. I'm like double clipping her in the restaurant high chairs.
I always feel like getting up in front of 3 drunks in New Jersey at 3 in the morning at Ha-Ha's in Secaucus is enough of a thrill for me.
Yeah, and we've done that, haven't we? More than once.
In general, you're very cautious.
You're
I'm
cautious,
not cautious,
yeah.
but I'm not cautious emotionally or verbally.
Yeah.
I am only cautious physically.
Physically.
You know.
Yeah, and I'm not really cautious anyway, except for scary animals that we have on today, and I can't wait to hate that segment.
Wait, but aren't you afraid of the gerbils?
I'm not afraid. I just think they're disgusting rodent-like creatures, and we shouldn't hold them.
Rodents.
My daughter has a ferret.
She has a ferret.
She has 2
Again,
dogs, a
should
cat,
be
and a
illegal.
ferret,
Yeah,
and
that
I
should be
think it's
illegal.
awful.
I do too.
And she says it's so cute.
No,
Yeah.
they're elongated rats, in
Yeah,
my
I know.
opinion.
No,
They are.
They are. That's how I feel about them.
No,
That's
they're not
my
rats. They
emotion.
look like minks more than rats.
Again, same
Yeah.
category.
Yeah, kind of grody. All right, well, listen, everybody. We got something, big news. Elizabeth, your hubby scored a touchdown.
He did.
not? And we have a little clip of it. Look at him throwing this touchdown. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. Wasn't that great?
That was fun. I could watch that again and again.
In fact, it's so good I want to see it again. Look what I have. Look. Let's see it again. Wait.
Oh, we have TiVo here now, right?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Okay, right? Here it goes. Look, he's getting in. He's throwing. Please catch it, please. Oh, he caught it. Touchdown. Don't you just love this?
I do. That's what I said around do that.
talk about penetration in the end zone. You see that?
Wow, yeah.
He
But I
keeps
think,
it secure. That is the best, and that's
I
what I
think
do
it's
at
the
home.
best invention of the last 10 years, at least, the
Do you
TiVo.
guys think so too?
Yeah.
Really? Good, because you're all getting one of your own.
Choose what shows are best for your